What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Dolphins Daily, your daily dose of Dolphins content with your boy, Chris Kane. Let's talk about the Dolphins. So, we're going to the draft. We have a lot of issues. Not sure which one is the biggest one, but we have the most glaring hole probably on our defensive line, right? We kind of were hoping Calais Campbell will come back. He is not. He's in Arizona. Shout out to Calais. And so we have a big void in the middle. Then the question is, who can fill the void? Now, if we go in the first round, it looks like a Kenneth Grant type player could be available, but I don't think they're going that way. I think they're going cornerback in the first round. We'll get into that in a second. So that leaves us with a second round pick. I think Dion Walker could be a fill for that. He's a Kentucky player. That means he's an SEC player. Y'all know how I feel about SEC. But he physically is the closest person I've seen to Calais. He's 6'7", 331 pounds. Giant dude in the middle, right? Very skilled at actually being quick in there, right? So when you're that big, you assume he's kind of like a block that he just can't move. That's actually not how he plays. He's surprisingly quick and he has really good hands. He has good pad levels most of the time. Here's the problem. He gets tired. That's the best way to describe it. Like he's got a one or two, and then when three comes around, sorry, coach, I ain't got it. Like I looked at some of the scouting profiles, and they were like, if you can get him on the field for 20 to 25 plays a game, that's the sweet spot. I'm like, don't you play like 70 defensive plays a game? So a third of the snaps, he's good to go. The rest of that, he tapers down. Now again, when he's physically good, when his stamina is good, great power, great push in the middle, can get off double teams, really good hands, like just naturally very strong. Obviously, he's 6'7", very big, so you try to throw the ball across the middle, good at batting down passes. Checks a lot of boxes. But again, that first down play, all you got, second down, decent, third down, it falls off. Now, could he get more condition? Of course. Anybody can get more condition. I'm sure that's going to be whoever drafts him. If it's us, then I'm sure we're going to do it. But anyone else will be like, hey, we can probably have you be closer to 310 if we can get you on the field for 40 plays. 331, 6'7" is great. But if you play first down and then immediately get me off the field, then what are we talking about? I don't want you just to be a high leverage rusher if you're a second round pick. I want you to be able to be on the field, at least for first and second down. Or second, like, we got to get 2 out of the 3 plays. I don't need you to be able to play a 9, 12 play drive, but if they go 3 and out, I don't want you having to get rolled off the field because you just don't have the energy for it, right? So I don't know if that is a lack of conditioning, like in terms of his effort, if that's how Kentucky had it because they had a big rotation of defensive linemen and they were like, we're cool with you kind of giving us a shorter effort. I believe he could be, if conditioned well, an almost every down type guy, right? That will mean probably losing about 20 pounds, maybe up to 25. You don't need to be 340 pounds to be on a defensive line nowadays. I know offensive linemen typically are 320 and up, but with his power and his hands and how he gets explosive power off the ball, he doesn't need to be as heavy. And if anything, he might even be a little bit quicker. So we watch Aaron Donald at some years play at 265, 270 and just wreck offensive linemen. Once he got his hands on you, like he had you. So this idea that you need to be 330, 340 pounds, I don't think you need to nowadays. I think being a D lineman that's able to move up and down the line so you can play like the 3 technique, which is right over the ball. You can play a little bit outside on either side. The versatility, I think, makes you a better player. And again, he's 6'7", so you can't hide him. Like, he walks in and is like, hey, who's that guy? He's like, oh, you saw me? Yeah, you're 6'7". We got you. But I do think for a possible second round pick, he might be there in the third. We don't have a third round pick. But I do think he will be there in the second. I think he's like the 5th or 6th rated defensive lineman. So he could be there for us in the second round if we decide to go that route. He physically fits the bill. He is a little bit of a project because, again, he needs to be refined in terms of his conditioning because once he gets tired, then he can get sucked up into double team blocks. He gets a little sloppy with his technique, like most people do. When you get tired, your technique falls off. But if we can shore up that stamina part, I think everything else comes with it. And I think he could be a guy that, you just look at a second round pick. Maybe he's a rotational dude early in the year, and then late in the year when he starts getting into real football shape, he could have something. I'm not saying he's a slam dunk candidate. I'm just saying he could be something. Now, we've talked a lot about cornerbacks because that's where I think we're going in the first round. I think the cornerback market drops off a lot after the top three, and obviously Travis is going number one. Don't know what's going on with Will Johnson right now. Like it can go either way. I still see some mocks having him in the top 10. I see some having him fall all the way to the Dolphins. I think that's why Jahdae Barron is going to be the actual pick. Either Will's going to be off the board, or there's going to be enough red flags that just pop up between now and Thursday that teams are just like, I don't know about the injury concern, right? Jahdae is probably the most well-rounded corner in the draft, right? He played at every cornerback position: left corner, right corner, slot left, slot right. No other corner played as versatilely as he did. That's not even a real word. No other corner played in all four quadrants, right? On left, right, middle, middle. No one else did that. Played over 300 snaps, and he got 5 picks last year. So not only is he on the field a lot, he was also very productive, and he was a ball hawk. We saw the Dolphins last year, not good at getting picks. Weren't particularly great at getting turnovers. He is a ball hawk. He's all over the field. I think he's the most sure thing outside of Travis in terms of playing the position. He doesn't have the injury concerns. He does, he's not the best tackler in the world. Y'all know I love that. But I do think he can get better at tackling. I just think he's more of a sure thing. And I think that's what the team is looking for. We cannot have this first pick miss. Like, the first pick cannot miss. No matter what you do in this draft, where you're rebuilding your team and the GM's on the hot seat, the coach's on the hot seat, Tua might be on the hot seat, we can't have this first pick not hit. And if you go get a guy like Will Johnson, who I think is super talented and when fully healthy is the second best corner in this draft, if you bring him into the team and he's already not healthy, and he has hamstring issues and groin issues and toe issues, those injuries don't heal quickly and they don't heal well, right? I don't like I don't. It's hard for the team to get behind. Hey, we know he's coming in a little beaten up, but he'll come around. We've seen too many injuries on this team. We literally had an entire defense get hurt last year. Our quarterback literally gets hurt every other year. So the idea, and both our receivers got hurt last year. They played through it, but they were both hurt. So if you say, hey, he's good, but he's injury prone, that's not a good sell for what we're trying to build. I think, hey, doesn't have an injury concern, super versatile, played all over the field, played a lot, power 5, top defense, ball hawk. That's an easy sell. It's an easy sell. You don't have to even work that hard. Put the tape on. That's all you have to do. I don't think you have to convince us of anything. So because of that, I think Jahdae is going to end up being the pick, barring something crazy, or barring us trading down. But if we stay at 13, I think that's where the pick's going to be as of now. But information is coming in hot and fast. So if something happens between now and then I'm at liberty to change my mind. But based on where we are now, I think we're going cornerback 1. We got to fill Jalen's spot. And I honestly think we could even go corner in the 4th round as well. We'll get into that later, but I think that's what we're going to do right now. Now, we've talked a lot about the late round picks. We have a lot of late round picks this year, right? We have a bunch of 2 4s, a 5th, 2 6s, a 7th, and some comp picks. We got a lot of picks, right? And we talk about the late picks all the time because recently we've had decent success with late picks, right? Late picks, I'm going to say 3rd round or not. 3rd round, Devon Achane. 2 years ago, we got him. People thought, undersized out of A&M. We'll see. He's kind of a little scat back. And now, he's our running back 1. He's a bubble Pro Bowler. It seems like if we get the ball to him more, probably in the passing game, he can be a version of what Jahmyr Gibbs is. I know Jahmyr Gibbs is better. Relax. But he's faster than Jahmyr is. He's probably not as sudden, in between the tackles. Jahmyr is kind of special in that regard. But Devon can be every bit as good as an early Alvin Kamara was, right? I think he has that amount of potential. 3rd round pick. We probably could have got him a little bit later, but very solid pickup. We got Andrew Van Ginkel in the 5th round. Now, I know he's not with the team anymore, but Van Ginkel was an all-pro last year. And even before he went to the Vikings, he was very good for us. We didn't want to lose him. It was more of a contract situation. We just couldn't pay him the money he wanted to get paid. He went and got paid and balled out. And last year, he was great for us. When we had all of our DNs go down, he stepped in and immediately was very good. He could pick 6s. He made tons of big plays, hair flopping around. We all loved him. It's just the money was doing the money thing, and we couldn't do anything with it. So If money wasn't a factor, he would still be on the team and he will almost certainly be a captain. Fifth round pick though. Fifth round pick being an All Pro is that's a big win. I think he would have had the potential to do that here, but money is money. And of course, seventh round, Jason Sanders, our kicker, who last year was maybe the most consistent guy on the whole team. And y'all know I have never been the biggest Jason fan. I have maybe campaigned on the low for him to get traded. It's not on camera, so you can't prove it. I may have done it a couple times because 2 years ago, woof, I don't know what was going on. I didn't trust him. Any kick over 45, I was like, man, you might as well count that as a -3. Like, I'm taking 3 points away every time he was kicking. I know his percentage wasn't that bad. That's what I felt. Like, I live in LA. That's how I felt anytime Kenley Jensen would come in for a save for the Dodgers. I'm like, he's going to blow it. That's how I felt when Jason was kicking, right? But then last year, he balled. Especially the last couple months of the year, he was like, hey, I might be kicker one right now. He was out here doing God's work. Seventh round pick, though. So we've had good success with later round picks, which is why those are so valuable. So giving them up to move up 5, 6, 7 picks doesn't seem like a big deal. But when one of those people can turn into an all-pro, can turn into a starting kicker, a starting running back, they have value. And that's what we were trying to mine from this draft. Yes, of course, the first couple picks are the big deal. Those are like the top 60 guys on the board. We all get it. But those later round picks, man, who knows if a fifth round linebacker can end up being our starting middle linebacker for the next 12 years? Who knows? But we'll see on Thursday. And as always, guys, thank you for tuning in to Dolphins Daily. We appreciate the love and support. Thank y'all for the subscribes, for the likes, for the reshares, all that good stuff. We'll see you next time on Dolphins Daily. Peace.